year. Tonight the drivers will be racing around a track known for its glamorous pits, a really long back straight, and a place where many people say Lewis Hamilton lost his World Championship in 2007. It is the Shanghai International Circuit, but before we get into it, please welcome my co-commentator Jamie.
Hi Carol, how are we doing? Yeah, looking forward to this. Before we get going, I'll quickly mention our sponsors. We're sponsored by Next Level Racing, who are providing a GT-like cockpit as a prize to winner of our giveaway at the end of the season. We're also sponsored by Liam RBS, who's sponsoring our trophies. Check out his Twitch stream at twitch.tv/LiamRBS. And we're also sponsored by Free Sim Racing, who are sponsoring the league by providing a pair of racing gloves to drivers with the most poles and the driver who gets the most fastest laps at the end of the season.
Yeah, and we are also partnered with Vespertine, who support our championship prizes, and ERT, who of course partner the ERT Going Gets Tough award. But we also have a collaboration with Time to Print, and we give a 20% discount on this week's track, which will be the Shanghai International Circuit, if you use code OneHubRacing. So if you fancy getting a keyring with the Shanghai International Circuit, use code OneHubRacing and you'll have it cheaper.
Yeah, that seems a pretty cool price to me. As we've mentioned, our track facts of the Shanghai circuit has been around the Formula 1 since 2004, and One Hub Racing has raced the 25 times over 12 seasons. And the track facts for you are that the track is 5.4 kilometres long, or 3.3 miles. There's 16 corners, 7 left-handed, 9 right-handed. The lap distance is 28 laps. There's 2 DRS zones. The track direction is clockwise, and the tyre wear for you, interesting enough, it's the C4, C3 and C2, and the C4 soft tyres, according to our data, will only last 7 laps, but in theory it will be shorter than that in the race. There's a gap of 0.7 seconds in C3 tyres, who will last 16 laps, and a 0.3 second gap to the C2 tyres, which will last 21 laps. The pit loss around here is 22.5 seconds, and yeah, that's track facts for you. And with that tyre wear, I wonder if you have that top 10. I wonder if you may leave a soft stint at the very end of the race.
It will be a very curious case, as we saw in Singapore. Singapore was also a very tyre wear dependent circuit, where we saw a lot of strategy come into play, and I mean that's how the win got decided, if you haven't watched that. So we might see something very similar here tonight.
Yeah, beautiful weather for qualifying, as I mentioned. Obviously, our media day, and we had a few interesting facts of the hot and cold list. And this week's hot driver was got driver of the day last week, Dex Dexter, with a nice 5th place, moving through the field well, and he capped up a fantastic race for the Mercedes team with championship leader Truth DNFing. So the Red Bull team scored 0 points last week, and that enabled Mercedes to take over the lead Constructors Championship, and Dex's teammate Thomas, who leads the Drivers' Championship now by basis of his win last week. And on the cold list, for just Mikey, well, it says, I guess the positive here is that he has finished both races, but it doesn't get more inspiring than that. There's still time to bounce back, and just Mikey has only got the 1 point this season by finishing 12th in Canada. He got 14th last week in Singapore. And the rivalries this week, we have Sir Quineth Lawrence. Lawrence was asked, why do you currently have the edge of Quineth? He didn't answer that, but I'm answering it from here. I believe Lawrence would say, well, we seem quite close in qualifying pace, but I think I have the consistency over the race distance. Quineth does have pace, but I think he's maybe making 1 or 2 little errors. And Quineth was asked, why can't he beat Lawrence? And Quineth answered, Canada and Singapore have always been 2 of his weakest tracks, and the fact he's already scored 5 points from these 2 tracks is a good sign, picking up damage limitation. He feels Lawrence to be more consistent than me so far, but he's got his 2 tracks worst. He's got his 2 worst tracks out the way now, and he expects to get higher results into his next few races. So expect to see Quineth finishing a bit higher this week, according to that.
It's definitely going to be an interesting battle going on there in, let's say, the upper midfield. As in the pre-race interviews, drivers were asked, what do you think of the circuit? Well, before we head into that, what do you think of the circuit?
Well, it's a circuit which when I raced here, I did quite well on it. I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, I find the turn one a bit of a pain because it takes absolutely forever. And once you're out of turn one, you got a really tight turn two. But it's a track which can offer up really good racing, and it's got a few interesting corners, especially this long corner leading to the back straight. If during the race when your tyres going off, it'd be quite difficult to retain traction through there. So with the long DRS straight as well, so this is lots of overtaking around here, and tyre wear is a factor. So it's a track which I think will offer some good surprises. And we have seen a lot of rain here in the past in China, but this qualifying session is beautiful sunshine.
Yeah, that's nice to see, as Gazman giving us the insights that it is going to be dry for both the race and the qualifying session. And yeah, it's not one of my favourites, this track. I mean, it's alright for overtaking. The back straight is probably the highlight of the circuit. Anywhere else, you're kind of risking it, in my opinion, going for a move. Oh yeah, many drivers said that it is not their favourite circuit. And, for example, Jordan, he said that it is a very hit and miss circuit.
Yeah, and Thomas, obviously won last week in Singapore. I'd love to see the R track. He said it's not really his favourite track. Last time out, he had a poor result in the rain in this when he raced one up racing with some instance. So Thomas, I think he'd be happy it's a dry race, but yeah, maybe a bit damn too change for him. But he's in a good position so far, so he could definitely just get some points and move on to the next race. As Gazerman also said, he would say that the streets said the like Singapore kind of suit the strengths more, and he really struggles with traction in China. I mentioned that there is a few traction in China, especially coming out that long corner leading onto the back straight, where traction is an absolute nightmare, especially on worn tyres.
Yeah, as we mentioned, the tyres will play a factor here tonight. I mean, it won't be such an easy two-stop. Well, just wanted to mention the driver transfers that we had. It is Mega Gamer. He is replacing Delta in the Haas, and he last raced here in Season 1.
Yeah, very long time ago, F1 2012, and yeah, it's got to be the longest gap between races. And Mega Gamer, he seemed excited for it, and actually in his pre-race interview he said he was one of the founding members of his league in Season 1, so he feels like Alonso, the prodigious son, returns to action. So China has always had him in great spirits, as I believe China was on the Season 1 calendar, so he might have good memories of this track from Season 1.
Yeah, so this will be definitely a change from the days of F1 2012 or 13, not too sure which one it was. Another driver is Astronauty, who actually put on provisional pole position, 1 minute 30.4, and he is replacing Billy. But interesting enough, some of the points from the tier he last raced in got put here, so he is now on 9 points and in 10th position in the standings.
Yeah, like in the prospects here, he got 2 pole positions and he got 2 second places fast lap points. So that's 38 points, and I mean, it was sort of obvious that Astronaut was maybe a little bit too quick for the prospect tier. So the league management offering an opportunity to move up to the tier, and as a bit of a compromise to keep him in the championship hunt a little bit, we offered 25% points, so he could keep 9 points. Also, Liam, who won the 2 races with Astronaut, he was offered the chance to move up as well, but he it's keeping out. Maybe a late charge would see.
Yeah, and now with 12 minutes remaining in the session, I will just mention last week's race results, and we were of course racing around Singapore, where we saw the Mercedes of Thomas win the race, with the pole man Bryn Mike finishing in second, and it was a great strategic plan from Thomas. Lawrence came home in third position, and the Renault of Jordan finished just outside the podium places. Dexter finished in fifth behind Jordan. King J, on his debut this season, managed to climb up to P6. Behind him, Killplane finished in 7, and he made a 7-8 for AlphaTauri as Strunders finished in 8th position. Scorpion got his first points of the season in 9th, so he is now on 4 points this season, and Quinnif came home in 10th. Aero finished the day in 11th position after a disappointing race. for him and both Red Bulls, who actually finished outside the points. Matthias rounded off the points in P12. Then Bryn and Aero both got points for the fastest lap. Bryn got it inside the top 10 and Aero got it outside the top 10. And then at the end of the day, we saw Dexter get the driver of the day award after the Twitter polls.
Yeah, well deserved for him as John Hill playing both by 5th of a second. They've lowered the benchmark to a 30.1. A good from Dexter after he got spun around at the start by Billy. 5 seconds back a flat winner with no safety car to cover the 5th place is a pretty draw. And yeah, he in him Thomas, they'll there's targets who could definitely. There's a few teams in potential for championship this season. It's one thing out for, but the Red Bull team had an absolute disaster, and I believe that Christian Horner was slamming his fist on the table while I Toto Wolf after that race. So yeah, the Red Bull guys, they blew an opportunity to extend their championship lead. But
yeah, it was quite a disappointing weekend for the Red Bulls as now Flights, he comes across the finish line, he gets 13th place, and just Mikey on Brian Newsoft's, he goes into 8th position. As now I'll move on to the driver standings. Thomas is currently the leader with 30 points to his name, and his closest competitor right now, Truth, sits 10 points behind him in second. In third and fourth we see Aero and Jordan joint on points with Truth, so they're all on 20 points. And then Bryn Mike jumps up into 5th position after a good weekend in Singapore. Lawrence and Kilplane both level on points, to be exact on 18 points. And then in 8th we see Dexter, and behind him is Gazaman. Rounding off the top 10 is a debutant in points tier, Astronauti, who sits on 9 points. Then we have King J, who is on 8 points. Who is on 8 points, 2 points ahead of the Welsh driver Hookie. Trunders and Gwyneth both with 5 points to their name. Scorpion in 15th and RNJS in 16th. Mike and Matthias only picking up 1 point so far, leaving them in 17th and 18th. And then we see Flights and Delta both not picking up a point so far, but of course Delta has been replaced by Mega Gamer.
yeah, and interesting enough, both Ferrari are not here today, so Ferrari not knows 20 points. And say I King possible outside of a championship, but if he's not here this week, that's going to kill his chances. Now JS, who had a really strong season, right? That's 2 races in a row, not to attend, so the Ferrari are on the back foot.
Yeah, they really are, and I mean it's very close up in the front, maybe apart from Thomas, who is 10 points ahead, but only 2 points separating 2nd and 7th position, so it's all to play for. Well, yes, we're only 2 rounds in. The grid is very close.
Yeah, 10 points is nothing with 8 races to go. There's still a possible. You just point at play for. Still plenty. The main fact, Thomas is leading by so much because he had 2 good results at the 5th and the 1st place. The other guys around him, they all had 1 strong result and 1 not so strong result. Jordan, to refer to, had the 6th and the 4th place, but like cricket, Truth and like people's apologies. That's more like it for the winner last week. A bit of important time. And Truth and last week, he's still in 2nd place on count across the race win. So Truth and RP, they could not worse for him this week. He could have seen the likes of Gaza and Gaza scored points, and Kilplane could have a better result. So it wasn't a disaster for Truth last week because that's actually those so this the gap between national, he definitely is looking in the right fit for this tier. He's definitely, he could launch championship challenges, only 21 points back, and still plenty of points to play for.
Yeah, and Thomas, the championship leader, he puts in 2nd, so yeah, it's very close. Now 6 minutes remaining, and less and less time for these drivers to improve, and we see the grid very close to each other. and with many of them is still yet to complete probably our representative lap time tonight, especially the two McLaren drivers, Aero Specialist and Lawrence. And Lawrence is on a lap right now.
Oh yeah, Lawrence was on a quick lap, but he's pitted, yeah. But he did late. He was winning late for his first run. He's going to have 2 runs possibly. Yeah, Lawrence got podium last week, and you have to say, he Payson Cameron and Lawrence, I think he's another outside contender now. What can he do? This could put him right up there. What's going to do? He moved to 6th place, not a lap further. It's not enough time to put another flying lap, so he's going to have to be speedy in his in-lap, where he's still got enough time to do another run. But yeah, saw that there for Lawrence as a kill plane. I believe the 5th place, 2 Reynolds are back and forth, it seems like, but you have to say, Ashton Naughty, he's really looking superior. So he's got time to improve yet again. So that promotion came at the right decision so far. As I mentioned, obviously Mike got pulled up on as president, was obviously without this verdict, and he was asked. He was, how did you feel about your pace last week in Singapore? And he answered, it's still very early days for me at the moment to pick up champion contenders. He hopes he'll be there, but he wants to see what everyone else around him can do. I said, like, so big champion contenders. I think he's definitely one, but he had 12 points, 2 races around there. Maybe Singapore's track just is a really special stage.
Yeah, no, Dexter, he is on a lap. So he is on the really long back straight, as I mentioned in the intro, 332 kilometers per hour, and now going into the hairpin of turn 14. Big lock up from the Dane, and now into the smaller right hand kink of turn 50, and now into the nearly 90-degree turn 16. And let's see, coming up to a line, will it be a good lap time? It's only 10th position for the Mercedes driver, 7/10 behind his teammate.
Yeah, so Dexter qualifying. I'm noticing this season qualifying's a bit of an Achilles heel for him. He doesn't tend to qualify that well. He raced well, but yeah, 10th place with the soft tyres. 10th place might be the worst place to start, because obviously you have to start on them worn softs, and all that very long. I think being like 10, I believe, flying his best sector 1. He's about 1.5 tenths up. So let's see what the Renault man can do. He's got quite a bit of a gap to pole position, but he's got to go sector 2 now. He's about half up, so he may be able to bump Tom Monroe if he gets a good founder. Sure, he is a nail this founder.
Yeah, he will, and now DRS wide open for the Renault man, and going into the hairpin with immense speed. Turn 14 and 15 now. He's looking for some good traction off here to go into the left-hander. And now to the run up to the line. Careful not to invalidate his lap time. What will it be for him? It's 2nd position, half a tenth behind the Astronauti. And I think that might have been Jordan's last chance for pole position tonight.
Yeah, getting the lap and has to be gone, so yeah, that's his shot. He's never got a not, but just not enough. His astronaut is still at pit, so he's even quite late. A lot of guys come out on out laps now. Nobody's on the I believe Chunders might be the next guy across line the final lap. Down in 16th place, but he's had nice first set with room improvements. So let's go on board the tail best of the first 2 sectors. He's looking to get into the top 10. Obviously, got his first last week, and all 10 constructors have scored points this season, which is good to see. What can you do now? This hairpin, it's very difficult. The brake around there is very good. It's so easy to go into. That's it. It's like good to find us up to now. This is the only corner where you can really invalidate the track and go a bit cautious to find my time. As cross line, what could he do? 9th place. So yeah, he lost some time in the final sector. He's a bit cautious in the final. It's not a good one for the Williams man.
Yeah, it didn't look the best as Aero Specialist. He is still in the pit, so not too sure why He is still in the pits. Maybe you are quality ban. I'm not too updated on that one. Didn't see it if that's the case. And now many drivers are on their out laps and starting their flying laps.
Yeah, a good purple 30. He's got a good second sector. This might put him up the front of the grid offside. Turning drive. Put it up earlier but bought it. What can you do now? Coming across the final signal. Really good. Can this get him to pole position? Cross line now. What can he do? Third place. So a solid lap there for the Haas. And that's his session done. And Aerospace do not have a qualifying bans. So maybe he can save parts of the race. I'm a bit there. We'll see what I'm in there. It's Gazerman. As I believe Matthias might be the next guy across the line.
It was Mikey. He finishes in 12th.
So he's going to have fresh tyres for the race, which might be an advantage for him. As Flace is sliding, Lawrence keep out from the Tom, really good spot. Gazerman's had 2 peerless sectors. Gazerman be looking to improve. At the moment, he's about a 10th and a half up. His teammate Truth Dexter will get out of the way from him, I believe, as Dexter is off. So what can a Red Bull man do? Gera, I believe, in the safety car where it's on hard tyres. So the man yet to have a pole position this season. I don't think he'll get it tonight, but this may move up the field a bit further. As he's backed off, so he must have run out of fuel.
Thomas invalidated. Truth and RP, he is still on a lap. He actually spun it around at turn 2 during his out lap, so that was not good. But now coming up to the line, and what will it be for Truth? He is still going for the lap. He's pushing it. He's pushing the car across the finish line, and he doesn't go faster. And let's see who else is on our lap. Lawrence, could he improve on his lap time? Yes, he can. It's only 5th position for him. Let's see who else is kill plane. He invalidated his lap time. And Bryn Mike.
On a lap, he needs to improve. He's in the pit, so only 13th place for Pulse last week. So not a good qualification for him. Actually not on a lap, I believe. But he's in the second sector, but he's got Pulse already. Can he lower the benchmark further? Cross line now. What can he do? Well, yes, he does. A 29.5. So he's on pole around 3 tenths. What a lap there for Williams, man. He's had 3 poles this season, continuing his pulse in the prospect. So Astronaut is the man for qualifying. He's yet to win a race and won a race. Do it tonight.
Yeah, he really can. 3 this season, 4 overall, and 2.5 tenths over ERT Jordan, and the 2 debutants doing an amazing job tonight. Hooky in 4th position, so a bit of a surprise top 5 in my opinion, as we see Thomas, Truth and Gazman in 6th, 7th and 8th, and then we see Aero Specialist not even completing a single lap time.
No, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, he's at the back of the grid. He hasn't got qualifying, man. The only penalties had this season is due to Matthias breaking up early in the pre-lobby screen, so I don't know why he hasn't done a qualifying lap. We'll maybe find out explanation later, as that's our qualification underway now. Quicken through the order for you. So in pole position, you've got Astronaut in the Williams. 2nd place, you've got Jordan in the Renault. 3rd place, like the returning Mega Gamer in the Haas. 4th, we've got Hooky in the Alfa Romeo. 5th, we've got Lawrence in the McLaren. 6th, we've got Thomas in the Mercedes. 7th place, we've got Truth NRP in the Red Bull. 8th place, we've got Gazza in the Red Bull. 9th, we've got Killplay in the AlphaTauri. 10th place, Scorpion in the Haas. 11th, Matthias in the Racing Point. 12th, just Mike in the Renault. 13th, Mike in the Alfa Romeo. 14th, Dexter in the Mercedes. 15th place in the Racing Point. 16th, Sequinif in the Williams. 17th, Chunders in the AlphaTauri. And Air Specialist did not set a lap. He's got 1.6 seconds separating the field. And I believe we had 7 constructors in the top 7, I believe. So good to see a nice mix of teams in the top 7.
Reminding me of the 2012 season. And now we'll be waiting for everyone to do the formation lap and pick their tyres, as it is quite overcast here in China for the race. And I'll quickly run you through the constructor standings, as we couldn't quite get it done in the qualifying session. I know some people are very interested in it. So Mercedes right now are topping the constructors with 45 points, and McLaren are in second on 38. Right behind them is Red Bull on 34 points. 4th goes to the all Welsh Alfa Romeo team, and 5th goes to the AlphaTauri team. 6th is Renault on 21 points, and then in 7th it is the Prancing Horses, who sit on 12 points. Williams is in 8th on 5 points, and then the Ferrari-powered Haas team in 9th position on 4 points, and the last team in the standings are Racing Point, who've only picked up 1 point.
Yeah, but good to see all 10 teams scoring as, the quality they're very overcast. I was quick to mention the stewards for you. The stewards, drivers briefing, their action zones are turn 1, turn 6, turn 13, turn 14 and turn 16. They're the main overtaking opportunities. And this does look very overcast. Dry race we do believe, and inside the top 10, outside the top 10 we've got Matthias, Flace, Quinneth, Chunders, Air, especially starting on the medium tyres, and got just Mike, and Dex Dexter on the soft. So strategy, what's your thoughts on strategy for tonight? Do you think it'll be softs and 2 mediums, or do you think drivers maybe force on the hards like we saw in Singapore?
I wouldn't be surprised if we see some hard running here tonight, as of course it is only 1 second to the soft tyres the difference, and the medium is 0.7, so the gap between the mediums and the hard is only 0.3 tenths of a lap, and you can definitely assure that the hards can go a lot longer than the mediums.
Yeah, I think that could be a factor, especially if it damages lap 1 and safety car lap 1, definitely. If it's safety car lap 1, all these soft guys will be in the pits as because for my lap is in the driver pit for 3 now. So I'm going to mention, who do you think is going to win this race? And do you think it's a safety car tonight?
I don't think we've seen a safety car, but as Matthias and Mikey get disqualified from the formation lap, I think it could go to Astro. In my opinion, he is a driver who thrives under pressure. He is in first position, on pole position right now, front row of the grid, and he could really be a threat to the championship.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'm said guy because the walls are quite a long way from the circuit. I'm going to go for the wild card. I'm going to go for the guy who's returning after 17 seasons away. I think Mega Gamer may take this win, and I believe Astronauty will get the podium. And I was surprised to see Lawrence maybe get another cheeky podium. I think Lawrence, he's a sneakily good bet for a cheeky podium.
Yeah, we could really see him on the podium yet again. Well, I mean, I'd say even the whole top 10 could sneak a podium. Dex Dexter, he's starting outside. Aero Specialist, he's doing a last question mark. So it's really everyone's to play for.
Yeah.
Now, as we're waiting for everyone to line up, we see the Williams of Astronauty on pole position. A very rare sight in modern day F1 as we wait for the driver in last, Aero Specialist, to line up. And now, as we wait for the lights to go on, it's 4-5 red lights out in Shanghai, and away we go. ERT Jordan with an amazing start on Astronauty, and Astronauty's already down to 8th position. ERT Jordan with an amazing start. Lawrence D up into 2nd, Hooky in 3rd, and then the 2 Haas drivers are going side by side right now. Epic Scorpion and Mega Gamer. I think that's Scorpion ahead. Yes, it is. ERT Thomas now trying to go around the outside of Mega Gamer. He can't quite do it. And now Truth NRP, he went around the outside of the Mercedes driver. The Mercedes driver going for a lunge on the Haas driver, and he can't quite do it.
Yeah, Mike spun it in turn 3 there, yeah. What a terrible start for Astronaut, and I believe Mike, especially Dexter, have all got wind damage, so they're going to have to pick, and so Quinneth and Matthias. So yeah, what a terrible start for the Williams, man. And the 2 new drivers did not get flying well, but John got the dream launch there into the lead. Look at Lawrence, up to 2nd place. What a start by him. Hooky as well. So we've got a few unused drivers. Truth for fighting side by side. Can the Mercedes man get it around the outside here? Yes, he can. He's got me through there, and yeah, Astronaut, he just had a terrible start. I don't know what happened there.
I know, sure, maybe my prediction of him being good under pressure is wrong, at least tonight, because he's down to 8th. He's going for an attack on Truth NRP, so he is being very offensive here tonight. And now we can see him down the inside, late on the brakes. We see the brakes lightning hot, and that's him up into 7th position. Scorpion goes up into podium positions ahead of the Welsh driver Hooky, but now for the lead it's Lawrence Z against ERT Jordan, but Lawrence can't quite make it. He'll go for the over and under, but I don't think he'll be able to do it at turn 1 and 2.
No, he won't, but yeah, John, he's looking very racy, and DRS will be next lap as Dexter's in the pits for a set of medium. So yeah, got 3 guys in the pits, obviously had quite severe ring damage, so they got the pit and just play a long game. But with a 2-slot race, you never out the race, so it's not race over for them guys, they're still in contention, just have to go a longer second stint.
Yeah, now we see the whole grid very close together, as the timing glitch has now fixed itself, at least a little, because we still see apparently Dexter is in the lead, which is definitely not the case. And now we might see a DRS train forming quite soon, but I wouldn't be surprised if these drivers are just hungry to get these positions, as it is quite a mixed up grid. I mean, I wasn't expecting seeing 2 Hasses up in the top 5 tonight.
No, and Epic Scorpion, he overtook Cookie there. He's got really really good straight line speed. Yeah, T. Jordan, we mentioned his fuel early on, but yet again, he's got 7.6 over fuels, and that's really going to hurt him in his first stint for pace and tyre wear. So Jordan does like the heavy car. Maybe he's first hand of a heavy car, but he's going to be losing several attempts of that like that. I'm quite surprised, but I think he's sort of set up himself now. He's put a bit of a gap to Lawrence. Now Epic Scorpion, he's going to close. It's closing on the back of him. And all these guys, the top 11 all DRS on each other. So yeah, the DRS train is definitely going to happen now for sure. As Thomas is looking really close to the back of Meg Gamer. Thomas obviously winning last week, didn't have the best of starts, but he's starting to get a little bit, starting to get back in the swing of things now, and he might have an opportunity to send it up the inside of the hairpin here. But no, Mega Gamer gets a really good exit there, and Thomas will have to wait a little bit longer as we really got air specialists in the pits. So the guy who was really quick in Canada has not had a good next 2 races for him. He's going to have to recover drive for him now. The 2 Red Bull guys in 8th and 10th. After a strong race in Canada, they've not had the best of starts.
It really wasn't the best of starts. Gazaman, he was looking for a move on the Renault driver, but he couldn't quite make it into the, I want to call it, mini hairpin. Of course, to the one we saw, the amazing move by Daniel Ricciardo on Valtteri Bottas back in 2017. And that is still one of my favourite overtakes around this track. And no, yeah, as you mentioned, near all the top 10 within DRS range. And we see Lawrence, he is closing up on Jordan, but he's not quite close enough to him. And yeah, it's becoming a train right now. Nobody can really get past each other, as everyone has DRS on each other. And now Lawrence C is into a pit, and thankfully for him there is no gravel there. And yeah, there's many drivers in the pit. Hooky, Gazaman, Astronauty, and Just Mikey, and Killplane all in.
Yeah, them softs, they're starting to go off now. They're going for the undercut now. This is sort of lap expecting the pit on the soft tyres, because obviously he did say 7 laps, but they've done the qualify on these tyres, so these tyres will be gone now. And yeah, they're going to come in now. And you mentioned that wall. Well, I've been in that wall in the past, so I wasn't so lucky. So I know what it's like to hit that wall, and I'm thankful for Lawrence he didn't, because he was really aggressive on the pitch there. It will work out from there. It's been quite nice, clean air, and Lawrence will be able to maybe undercut Jordan. Jordan's going to struggle on them old tyres. Yeah, they're quite badly worn now for him, so he's going to have to pit now to cover off Lawrence. The tyres on 40% already after 3.5 laps. It just shows you how badly worn these soft tyres are, as Mega Gamer is in 4th place and he has got no task data, so we're not seeing tyre wear for him. But yeah, he's going to be in a similar situation as, you know, as Epic Scorpion's dropped out of DRS from Jordan, so that might allow Thomas to close up, but Thomas isn't really closing up either, so these front 4 are starting to spread out now. But yeah, advantage Lawrence so far, he's looking really good. And I did mention a cheeky podium, but with that first 2 laps, he may be on for the win tonight. You know, he hasn't won a race setting one up, so a lot of drivers on for the first win if they win tonight.
Many drivers without a win, both McLaren drivers, Astronauty, and a lot of the rest of the grid without a win. And yet now ERT Thomas, we see him closing up on Scorpion, but there's still Thomas is in the pit. That is a McLaren spun. Who is that? That was Aero Specialist, and his day is going from bad to worse.
Yeah, I mentioned Mega Game. Obviously, he was really quick in Canada, but I did mention his car in Singapore last week looked very twitchy, and I wonder if Aero Specialist is side by side with Mike through the S. This is quite impressive. Side by side, Mike's will get it done though, because spare special tyres to be shot. But yeah, I did mention his setup in Singapore looked quite aggressive. I wonder if Aero Specialist maybe he's struggling handling with his car. It does not look nice. He seems to spin out a lot. As Thomas has come out the pits, Hooky is going to be. Look at Hooky, he's up to a net third place, but Thomas has lost. Is in seventh. Jordan staying out. Jordan's quite interesting. EAT Jordan stayed out for another lap.
Yeah, Gas and Man, Mega Gamer, Scorpion and Jordan, they're not scared of the undercut. It doesn't seem like it anyways. But Haas, maybe a little bit of a howler here by them. Both their cars on old softs, and they'll be looking to pit in very soon.
Yeah, and Epic Scorpion, obviously he's back at now. Pit. One of these guys going to have to stay out because you can do a double stack, but Meg Gamer lose about 3 or 4 seconds by doing that, so he's going to have to go out again. And his tyres, by the end of lap 6, they'll be absolutely shot. So yeah, I'd be one of the Haas guys should have pitted. So a bit of a strategy error there for the Haas team, and they're going to suffer for that because a lot of guys behind the likes of Hooky, Astronaut, Truth, and just Mikey may undercut them all. So yeah, that's not the best strategy for Haas. Is Jordan staying out again? This is very interesting.
Yeah, now Haas with a double stack as another man who would have been it in the gravel. Mega Gamer, he's in the pits, Gasman into the pit. And now Jordan, the gap, the pit loss time is 22.5 seconds, and Lawrence Z is well within that. So I have a feeling we will see a new inheritance of the lead from Lawrence Z as he sets the fastest lap time, 1 minute 34.418. So that's him with another point for the fastest lap.
Yeah, I wonder if Jordan...
Oh, that Scorpion making contact with Astronauty on the pit exit. And that Scorpion on the outside of turn 1. Sorry for cutting you in there. And Astronauty, he was just taking the racing line. And I don't think he gave Scorpion enough room, as there is a big speed advantage. Is a speed difference going into turn 1 between the drivers going out the pits and the drivers actually doing a lap.
Yeah, the pit expound here is quite difficult, but yeah, especially if you're racing side by side, something you just in there. But yeah, obviously Epic Scorpion, he's spun around there, and he's the guy who lost the most time. Astronaut, I don't think he lost too much time because in fact his head of truth for MIP. So Astronaut, he got away from that scot-free, and Epic Scorpion, he's looking 4 or 5 places there. He's looking good, maybe contending for a podium, but now he's going to struggle. Let's pass all these guys again. And we mentioned Jordan. I wonder if he's maybe going for a different strategy. Maybe he's going for a set of mediums. Maybe go soft at the end. I don't know, but he's in now. But yeah, that's interesting. Jordan, obviously, he will have fresh tyres in the race, but he's lost a lot of time to Lawrence and Thomas and Astronaut. He may even undercut him now.
That is very true. At Mega Gamer, he is going on an alternate strategy. He is the only driver who came out that pit stop phase on the soft. We see Jordan here going onto the yellow wall tyres. And Lawrence Z with another fastest lap. So that's Jordan down into a net P3, maybe even P4, yes.
Yeah, two fan of pits get him as well. What about Hooky? Hooky,
oh,
he got him? Just his side by side. Jordan.
A little bit of contact. So now Jordan, he is down into Ave, and I think that will be a net P6, I want to say.
Yeah, net P6, yeah. Work out for him and Jordan in the lead, but maybe Jordan's going to have a lot fresher tyres, so he's playing long game here. But if I was Jordan, I'd rather have the track position, because fighting these guys like he's in dirt, yeah, he's going to lose tyre grip anyway. So if I was Jordan, I'd have pitted a lap earlier. If he pitted a lap earlier, he might have come out ahead of Astronaut, Truth and Hooky, so that extra lap, I think, lost him 3 places.
I would have been way before last lap. I mean, it does show that strategy plays a big part here, and especially how we have a mandatory 2-stop here in 1 hop. It just throws the 1-stop out the window, as it is illegal. It is against the rules. And now Truth NRP, he is closing up on the Williams of Astronaut. Will he be close enough to make a move? I don't think he will. No, he isn't. And now ERT Jordan, he is also too far away, but behind them is just Mikey and Killplane going side by side. Killplane down the inside into the hairpin, and now into turn 15, the right hand kink, and into turn 16, they will be going side by side. And Mikey, he has to concede the position to the AlphaTauri driver. Now Killplane, he'll be going on a charge, as that is Matthias getting overtaken by the net leader, Lawrence C.
Yeah, he has to back out and final. He cannot go side by side to down the corner. That's what ends in tears. So yeah, clever driving there, and he's through there. And so he's on a kill plane. It's really good stuff. Nice racing there. Good camaraderie. It's interesting enough. Lawrence has cleared Matthias. He's up to second place. So we've got Chunders now. So Lawrence is making his way through nicely. Thomas has got that situation next. These front two have got slight wind damage, which will affect their performance. But Chunders and Matthias. But yeah, Lawrence is in second place. And say Truth and RP National Truth and RP National do have previous in the prospect here last season, so that they have come to blows in the past. So there is previous to these two, and I believe they want to keep a bit clear this time. As Astronaut, he's already been ordered an instant, which I think that probably will go to stewards. You get to have a stewards report this season, but by what I saw of that, I think we'll have a stewards report this week.
Yeah, we will. And now Truth and RP, he is closing up at the speed of light to Astronauty, and now with overtake mode engaged, DRS wide open. I think he'll be able to go for a move. Yes, he is. Dummy to the right, go down, go around the outside of the Williams driver, and he held onto it right now. They're still going side by side. Will one of them concede position? It doesn't seem like it. Whoa. No, they don't. And it's a great move from Astronauty around the outside, and he held onto it. So fair play to the Williams driver. Great racing from the two of them. I wanted to compare that turn 16. It's a little bit like the Portimao turn 1.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, wow. What about that match night around the final corner? Oh my, that's incredible. How did he get that move done? I thought they were going to collide as ERT Jordan found the back of Hooky. That was incredible. That was just. I have to say, good job from Shanghai as well. Good job from the both. Nice clean racing there. As these four, they're in a bit of a DRS train now. But yeah, Truth and RP, he'll be raging. You won't believe that how he lost the position in that final corner.
Truth did dummy. He thought he would outsmart Astronauty, the Finnish driver, but it just didn't quite work. And now he is stuck behind him for yet another lap. It just shows how good Astronauty is. I mean, great defensive work from him. It was lovely to watch that. But now Truth and RP, he has overtake mode engaged yet again, and DRS for another time into turn 13. Now will he be close enough? I think he will be. Yes, he is. He's going to go down the inside this time. Maybe a little bit wiser from the Red Bull driver, yeah, as they make a little bit of side pod contact, but not too much. And now Astro, he's down into 6th position, and he's not going to be able to defend that move into turn 16.
But he might get repassed at turn 1 here. He's very close on the overtake. Not much overtake left for him. He's running out of overtake, so that might cost him round the outside of turn 1, which has been inside turn 2. Truth and RP keep the inside line. Truth and RP defending. Well, you have to say, Astronaut go to the switch back. He's going to have the switch back here. Maybe switch back again. Maybe a little lunge up in turn 4. No, Truth and RP gets a little bit sideways. That might affect him. Astronaut, will he put overtake on and dive up the inside? No overtake on him, but I fancy the dive round the outside. Truth and RP's defending well though. Truth and RP gets good exit. He should get the move done, but he does, and Truth and RP is through. And yeah, Truth and RP was a little bit more aggressive that time, and it paid off for him.
Yeah, some great racing between the two of them. A lot of respect these drivers have for each other. It just shows in the racing, as now they are coming up to a little bit of traffic here. Matthias on 9 lap old mediums, so that will give free DRS to Truth and RP, as we see there the Red Bull driver showing himself in the mirror of the pink Mercedes. And now ERT Thomas, he gets past Trunders, but this is the battle we are all watching. Truth and RP, Astronauty, Hooky and Jordan, they are all fighting for a position. And Matthias, he should let them go pretty easily. Astronauty using all the slipstream he can, but he can't really go for a dive, as the racing point is blocking him quite a lot as he is on the racing line. And now Matthias, I imagine he'll be pitting in quite soon. Not yet, and now Hooky, he'll be going for a move on the racing point.
Yeah, I believe Matthias did try the best cut right there, but yeah, Hooky can hit it inside turn one. Matthias will not fight this, I believe. He's got slight wind damage and worn tyres. Yeah, he backs him off. Hooky's one deep. Hooky's one deep, but yeah, Astronaut and Truth NIP side by side. Astronaut's got the inside into turn 3. Truth NIP is going to lose position again. Astronaut is back through, but Truth NIP gets good exit round the outside, and they're going to be side by side. These guys they love to break late. These two. Who's going to be last late breakers? Truth NIP is, but Astronaut may get switched back here. No, Truth NIP comes to the line and he's through. Yeah, but these two are quite even match of pace. Obviously, he raced the Prospect last season, and yeah, they're having a good battle.
Yeah, a lot of wheel banging between them two. So, I mean, it is getting heated a little bit in the Williams and Red Bull cockpit. As we see here, Hooky nearly going for a dive bomb on Matthias. As now Jordan, he was trying to go around the outside of the Alfa Romeo, but he couldn't quite do it. As now Killplane, he is all over the back of the Renault driver. And it is getting very congested here.
Yeah, this long strategy of John's cost him. He was in the lead. Now he's 10 seconds off the lead because he's fighting these guys. He'd have been clear these guys pitted a little bit earlier. It's a very long game, but it's suffering because of that. And I believe Sir Quinn did spin it on lap 1, but Hooky's got the run on Matthias. What can he do? Surely sent him inside. He had moved in turn 1 previously, but ran deep. Matthias, I don't think he will fight this, but look how late Hooky's in the brakes. He's going to miss the corner, isn't he? Yes, he is. Matthias may get switched back here. And
that allows Jordan going for a move around the outside now, and I think they'll be brave enough. Yes, they are. And somehow none of them have spun there. And that's Hooky. He's down into 6th position, but now he's going to go for a move. Killplane going for a move on the racing point. But I don't think Jordan has the pace to stick it down the inside of Hooky. No, he doesn't. Killplane up into 7th. Astronauty and Truth NRP still battling it out for that 3rd position. So it's going to be probably a race-long battle between these two. And Astronauty, will he be close enough to make a move? No, he isn't. He is running quite low on ERS, this man. While Truth NRP, he is also running a little bit low. Astronauty losing the back end a little, so that's not good for him. Yeah, it is very interesting here in the midfield.
Yeah, all this battle is allowing the front to pull away. Lawrence, E.T. Thomas got second lap quicker, and these guys, great battles, but they're losing a lot of time doing it. And you know, just Matthias, I would have pitted that previous lap for him because he's just losing loads of time to Chunders, who I believe he's fighting for positions. Chunders gone the hard tyres, so he's going for a very long second stint. Maybe got a soft at the end, I believe. But yeah, Truth NRP and Truth NRP starting to pull away a little bit from Astronaut. He maybe still need DRS though. Yes, he is. He's using that rotate though. Astronaut is not saving a lot of his battery. He seems to keep running out down the straight, and I think that's costing him in this battle. He needs to, in my view, just save, overtake for a lap or two and fight again. But he gets very late on the break, and Truth NRP locks up there. That costs him some time, but he's got the position done now into turn 1. What can that Astronaut do? Can he get the move done? Truth NRP seems to have good traction. Yes, he does. Astronaut is in the slipstream though. Surely he'll send it up the inside of turn 1. Will Truth NRP defend it? Yes, he does. Astronaut is forced to go around the outside. You see these two side by side for it previously, and look at the Red Bull guy. Looks really nervous here. Astronaut is going to have wheel inside of turn 2. Oh, what can Truth do though? Truth is defending clean air at the moment. That might cost him. But yeah, Truth gets a good exit. Truth's traction, it seems to be superior to the Williams man as Jordan and Hooky aside as well. But look at Astronaut
and now
switching
the
down
inside. Oh, what a move!
Wow, incredible stuff. Very late move there, but it's worked out for him. Truth NRP just fight on the outside, but no way through there for the Red Bull man. But wow, that was a very late move for Astronaut there, but it's paid off for him.
Ricardo-esque move from Astronauti, and I wish we had a free play system here in this game, because I would be watching that 24/7. Lovely overtake from the Finnish driver, and now he's pulling away from the Red Bull driver. Quite a quick speed, 6/10 the gap is. Well, he will have DRS on him, and that might hinder his pull away. But now Hooky, the Welsh driver, he is closing up on the Red Bull, and right behind him is also ERT Jordan, so he might try to go for a move while they are battling, as that is a Haas off the road putting yellow flags in sector 2. Truth NRP locks up a little, but thankfully for him it's nothing too major. And yeah, it's another lap with really no battling going on into turn 14. I don't think we'll be seeing anything into turn 1 or 2.
Matthias Barney pits, and yeah, it was Epic Scorpion spun around, but yeah, the battle seems to die down a little bit here as Truth and Nappy and Hooky and Jordan. Jordan. This long first stint has cost him so much time. He can't get through, and Gazzaman, he's up to 8th place due to Matthias pitting. But yeah, that first pit stop has just really killed him. As ERT Thomas at the lead is closing a little bit on Lawrence, a couple of tenths each lap. So we'll keep an eye out for that, see if anything can happen later on. But these front two, they're dominating at the moment, just due to but this great battle for third place. Any one of about 6 drivers can get the third place tonight.
Anyone can, and now Gazaman, he is closing up on the train as they are battling it out nearly every lap, which is amazing to see. It is slowing them down quite a lot as Truth NRP locks up going into the left-hander, which could leave him vulnerable to Hooky.
Yes. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, Hookie's just really good stuff. As I saw the race in 5th place, and with the Alfa Romeo guys, who seem to switch each week who's quicker driver. At the moment, Hookie's the quickest driver, and look how close Jordan behind's getting though. Jordan, that Renault guy, he'll be seething because of what happened with that pit stop. He just came out at the wrong time, unfortunately for him. A couple of seconds earlier, and he'd been fine. He'd maybe been in the clear 3rd place. As a Hooky, I believe, is in the pits, so he's going for quite a long final stint.
Yes, he is, and we might see him potentially even go onto the hard compound of tyres. I'll surely keep an eye on him as he is pitting in quite early compared to the rest of his competitors. No, he's going onto medium soft tyres, so he will go for a massive undercut, but it will definitely hinder his drive at the end of the stint.
Especially inside of Quinniff for 13th place. He runs a little bit deep though, Quinniff, but I believe they both ran deep there. I believe there might be contact there, especially through the 13th place. But he's out 15th place, so he's outside, long way outside the points. As Dexter comes in 13th place. But yeah, as Thomas is within a second of Lawrence, so Thomas is closing the gap now, and there might be a lead battle very shortly.
As this last question mark challenge that Aero Specialist has going on isn't really working. He is quite close to ERT Dexter, who is close to Trunders, so we might see a battle happening here. And now Dexter, he shows himself in the mirrors of the AlphaTauri, but he is too far away for him to make a move, but he is closing up on Trunders at a rapid pace. And now I think he's down the inside. Yes, he is. And Aero Specialist, he is around the outside, which will turn into the inside now for this left-hander. And they make a little bit of contact, but nothing too major so far. Killplane with a 3-second time penalty, as that is ERT Thomas, Astronaut, Killplane, and Gazman all into the pits.
Yes, maybe this is the ideal stretch for Lord being tied to the end. So they did about 11 laps in the mediums the first instance. They get to the end there. Yeah, Trunders, I've watched him tonight times. He looked very nervous in high downforce corners. I think he's got slight wind damage, and yeah, that's allowed air especially through. But where will Thomas come out? He comes out in 5th place. Obviously, he's going to go for the undercut on Lawrence, but he's come right down to Epic Scorpion. If Thomas wants to undercut the McLaren man, he has to get his move done now. He cannot be half lap behind Haas. I believe he will get done into turn to this corner around the outside. I don't think Scorpion will fight this too much. No, he doesn't. So that was key for Thomas to get that move done.
And now Astronaut, he ended up behind Hooky, so the undercut is working for them. And now Jordan, he is 5 tenths behind Truth and RP. These two yet to pit, and Jordan, he has to learn from his mistake that me pinging in too early is not too late. It's not the right strategy, so I wouldn't be surprised if both of them come in this lap.
Jordan has still got 7 laps of fuel left, 7 laps excess fuel left, so he might as well just put it into rich mix and just go aggressive now. But he's going to have a move in Truth. He'll send it on the inside here, overtake and rich mix. No, it's actually low mix there. Got the move done side by side with the Mercedes man. Would they both dive in the pits? This would be interesting. Both dive in the pits side by side here, and they just give him in there. And Truth and RP stays out. And he gets the pit exit quad. They're all using the runoff in the pit exit. They're all exploiting that runoff. As Lawrence in the pits now. Now, where will Thomas come out in relation to him? I believe this will be quite tight. Lawrence is leaving the pits now, so Thomas is coming down the pit straight. How will this be? Lawrence is I believe Thomas will have this. I believe he will. Thomas will be in the lead, I believe. Yes, it's going to be side by side in turn 1. Yeah, Thomas is through, so the undercut has worked for the Mercedes man, and Lawrence, if he wants to win the race, he's going to have to get done on track.
And it could be another win for Thomas. The Lawrence will try to prevent that, as it is important for his championship and the Constructors' Championship. Of course, his teammate is not doing a best job there. But Astronauty, yeah, he is looking to go for a move on the hooky. He was stuck behind him for a whole lap, and he is probably getting a little bit impatient behind the red and white Alfa Romeo, as Killplane, he is right at the back of them. Truth NRP, he is closing up on them, and Gazaman on brand new mediums, he will also be looking to catch up and potentially snatch a position or two from the Val there.
Trunders has retired in the pit lane, I believe, so it's our first DNF on lap 17, so well done everybody. We've had not that many DNFs this season, so yeah, Trunders out the race there. His car did not look that nice on board, I have to say. I think he struggled today, and yeah, of what Gaza needs to get this podium fight, he needs these guys to battle with the DRS train.
Yeah, as now Lawrence, he's going down the inside into the hairpin to take the lead of the Grand Prix. They're still going side by side. ART Thomas, I think he didn't get the best exit. No, he didn't. So that's Lawrence up into second. Astronauty and Hooky now battling out for position. Astronauty going for the switchback maneuver on the Alfa Romeo, and I think that's job done for him. Yes, it is. ERT joining in the pits, so he'll be coming out in the midst of this battle. As now Killplane, he is going for a move on the Alfa Romeo, and I think he'll be able to make the move done. Yes, he is. As Hooky, I think he outbroke himself a little there, and he is looking not to put it into the back of Killplane.
Yeah, Hooky has outbroke himself a few times this race. Yeah, Lawrence, good move there for him, but unfortunately, he went a little bit wide to find the corner. He's got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, so if he wants to win this race, he has to break that DRS and pull a 3-second gap, which I think is going to be quite difficult for him. He needs Thomas to make a mistake, I think, to allow him to win the race, but he might win it on track. But as what happened with McLaren in Canada, they may lose the race on penalties again.
Yeah, that might be the case, and we of course do not want to see that happen, as that is I mean, that really isn't good for entertainment, as now Thunder is retired due to a controller issue. He had a lot of stick drift, which made it nigh on impossible to drive, so that's very unfortunate for the AlphaTauri. But his teammate now, Killplane, he is looking to potentially even grab a podium here, as now he will be looking for a move around the outside of the Finnish driver. Will he be close enough? He's very late on the brakes. He shows himself in the mirrors. I don't think he'll be able to do it. No, he isn't. And now Hooky, he'll be trying to defend from the American Truth NRP. And now Hooky with a 3-second time penalty, Killplane with a 3-second time penalty. So Truth NRP and Jordan quite lucky, as they will be brought up a position after penalties have been applied.
Yeah, as Epic Scorpion gets a 10-second time penalty. I'm not sure what that's for, but yeah, he may get that moved by the stewards. But yeah, it's just Killplane actually, Killplane was sort of out of road. Epic there, you had to get out the brakes. He wasn't to get that. Yeah, he wants a podium. He knows he has to get this move done ASAP. But Astronaut knows if he holds him back, he should be able to hang on to the podium, as Epic Scorpion has retired as well. I believe that's in the pit lane as well. So yeah, that's our second DNF, and Epic Scorpion, who had a really good first few laps, it all sort of unravelled for him, I believe, for that instant with Astronauty.
Yeah, and then that spin later on, which brought out some yellow flags at the end of the really long left-hander. And now still looking at the upper midfield battle, Truth NRP, Hooky, Killplane and Astronauty, but he is getting away from this pack. He'll be looking to hunt down the leaders. I doubt he will, as 9 seconds the gap is between them. And now Truth NRP, overtake mode engaged, DRS wide open, and I don't think he'll be close enough. No, he isn't. Oh, he goes for a dive bomb. What a big dive bomb from the Red Bull driver. I think that will be him in front of the Welsh driver. Yes, it is. So a wonder move from him up into 5th position, but he'll now be vulnerable to a counter by Hooky into turn 1. And I don't think it will happen, as Hooky just simply doesn't have the overtake mode to play with.
Oh, truth enough, he got really good excellent found the corner there. But yeah, we have seen Red Bull in real life do some late moves into that corner, and that was a very late move from Truth who is known to be quite a deep breaker. So yeah, good move there for him. He's up to 5th place, which will become 4th place at the moment, which he's still losing points to Tom to the championship, but I'd say he's having a much better drive than last week.
Yeah, he really is. Now, Astor, he is actually losing time to the top 2, so his chance of a second position is slowly dying. And now, I mean, Kilplane, he has caught up a little to the Williams. 6/10 gap is now, and we could see another battle happening here. But again, further down, we see ERT Jordan closing up on Hooky. And Hooky goes a little bit wide there, which will enable Jordan to go for a move potentially here. He will be using DRS. I think Hooky will still have DRS on the Red Bull ahead of him. Yes, he does, but I think it will be an easy move for Jordan. Around the outside this will be, and there's a little bit of wheel banging here. I think that is going to be job done for him. No, it isn't. Good traction from both of these drivers, and we might see both of them going side by side. Yes, they do. As that's Jordan spinning here, and that's why you don't go side by side into turn 16. That's a great example. Jordan just spinning it there, and now he'll be behind just Mikey, his teammate. But Astronauty and Kilplane, they were battling it out while we were commentating over them. I think Kilplane, he could go for a move here, sticking on board with him.
Got to dive it here, but I thought give it just enough room round the outside, switch back here. Maybe Astronaut might be a little bit compromised. Yes, he is. If he wants a podium, he has to get his move done because he's got a time penalty. But Astronaut, he is defending quite well. You have to say maybe a little bit rude. He's doing what he has to do, and yeah, as for Jordan there, yeah, that was never going to be his corner. He should have backed out of it, in my view. He can't go side by side in the final corner unless the guy virtually goes off track in the final corner. So yeah, so I think Jordan may rue that mistake, and he's down in 8th place, and he's going to be back with his teammate for the end of the race. But yeah, it's just unfortunate for Jordan. Yeah, obviously he had that good start, but the gamble on soft tyres didn't work out for him, as Thomas and Lawrence sat close up again, so Thomas is looking good for the race win.
Yeah, now Truth NRP, he is going to go for a move on the sister team AlphaTauri. Let's see this, going down the inside, and there is a little bit of wheel bang there, but nothing too major, as I've said a lot of times today. Truth NRP, he is up into 4th position. He's going to try hunt down Astro, as now ERT Thomas, he is closing up on the back of Lawrence C, and I'm not sure if he'll be wanting to risk this move, but if I was him, I'd go for it. I mean, there's a lot more pride in winning the race on track than after penalties have been applied.
Yeah, it was Matthias picks the penalty there. So China's track, we don't tend to get that many penalties. Only really that final corner where you run deep. Yeah, Thomas, I think would want to win on track, but he's not going to risk his win. I don't think on a move like you've seen Truth do, where he's had to go for the moves. If Thomas, if he sees an opportunity, he'll go for it, but he's not going to risk it. He knows this is going to be good championship points for him. With Truth NRP and the light behind, and Lawrence. Lawrence though, he's looking like a championship contender tonight. I have to say, he's showing really strong pace, and these front two they've just pulled away from the back. They've sort of dominated this race. The McLaren, the Mercedes man, as Truth NRP is closing the back of Astronaut. So that might be our podium battle between the two prospect tier drivers last season in the Williams and the Red Bull. So that looks like our podium battle for the final few laps.
Yeah, it really is. We saw Truth NRP using a squirt of the ERS, as now Astronaut, he has 0 ERS left in his car. I mean, he hasn't been saving it at all tonight. Truth NRP, on the other hand, 60% of it left. So he has a lot to play with. But going back to the battle up at the front, Thomas, he's 4 tenths, 3 tenths behind the McLaren driver. And he might just make a move on him pretty soon. I mean, if Thomas is going to think smart about it, I think he won't go for the move. But then again, if he gets a little bit too close to that McLaren, he might just have to be forced to go for a move.
like if Lawrence gets slowed by corners, we have to go for it. But yeah, he knows what he's got to do. He's just got to try and stay in that DRS. That DRS is so powerful. It's dragging 2 or 3 attempts down that back straight. As Lawrence, you have to say, gets really good traction out the corners, but that's what's keeping him ahead because Lawrence seems to get really good corner exits. But yeah, Thomas knows what he has to do, and yeah, I'd say it's 11 seconds the gap between second and third. So yeah, Astronaut, he got pole position, but he hasn't had the race pace of the front, I don't think. But yeah. It's going to be another pole for Astronaut, but he's yet to convert. So he's becoming a sort of a qualifying merchant, if I dare say so myself.
Yeah, he really is. And now, Truth NRP, he is again closing up to the back of Astro. The amount of times I've said these two names in the same sentence, and now he's down the inside, but it's a lovely switch back from the Williams driver. Truth NRP completely outbraking himself, and that's him retaining first position. Astro, he must be very proud of that defensive move.
Yeah, he sort of forced Truth NRP down inside. Truth NRP was on a tight line, he was broke so late, he was never going to make the corner. Astronaut, he just let him run deep and switch back nicely. But Truth NRP, as you mentioned, he's got a lot more battery left, so I believe Astronaut, he's going to have to save battery, he's going to have to just save it. He's using battery down this straight. When he's down here, I'll just save it, because it's going to become even more difficult for him to defend. But I have to say, these two, they don't look like giving up. They're desperate for this podium. Obviously, Astronaut has had 2 second place in the prospect here this season. He's looking to get a 3rd place in the higher tier, which would be a strong result for him. As Gazzaman has come back a hooky for 6th place, and Gazzaman may get top 5 if he avoided penalties, but you have to clear Hooky, Hooky has sort of dropped off his tyre wear. I don't think it's been that good at competitive cars around him. As Flace has passed Mike for 16th place. Bit of an ominous race for Mike and Dexter, so they've both had pretty anomalous races today. He's got a spinner, I believe. No, I couldn't see who that was. Truth NRP's got a run on Astronaut again. Same move again, but I think Truth NRP's going to go around the outside this time. This may be better for him, maybe a bit more corner for him to do. Yes, he's got to move done, but he's very late in the brakes. Astronaut, he's going to switch back again, and he's going to be side by side to the final corner, and Truth NRP gets the bare exit. Truth NRP is through into 3rd place, but he runs deep in the final corner. That's going to allow Astronaut to re-pass him down the pitch straight to turn 1. Astronaut's got DRS, and he's going to defend the inside line. Truth NRP can do nothing about that. That little mistake at the final corner cost Truth NRP 3rd place there.
Yeah, the Finn, I mean, he has some amazing racecraft. Just look at the defensive move, look at the overtakes he has been doing. He just outsmarted his opponent, and we saw there, he just switched back through NRP as if it was routine to him.
Yeah, I believe he can see Chief NRP is very late on the break, and you see if he maybe makes him break that a little bit later, he's always going to miss the corner. And yeah, but Chief NRP had it done virtually, but it was the final corner, he just made a little bit of understeer in the final corner. It's cost him again, and now actually no, it's a long way ahead in this lap, but Chief NRP is gaining. But this is meaning Chief NRP's have to lose a lot of battery now Astronaut is on 17%, Truth NRP is 22%, so Truth NRP's battery advantage is waning away here as Flace sets fast lap. Obviously you do get a point off the top 10 fast lap, and Flace is yet to score a point, so he's going to get the fast lap point. But yeah, Truth NRP's not close this time. Look at Killplane's closer if anything this lap. I wonder if Truth NRP, as that was his moment and it's gone, I wonder if Astronaut will be safe now for the rest of the race.
Yeah, a bit like Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen in the Bahrain Grand Prix. I mean, he had that one chance, it was a very good chance, but he messed it up a little. And now, I mean, Killplane, he is right at the back of him. Truth is losing time to Astro, so it's not looking like it's going to happen with 2 laps remaining. And yeah, he is looking very vulnerable to Killplane. Killplane is ready to pounce whenever Truth makes a mistake.
Yes, Air Specialist gets by Matthias for 12th place into the into the hairpin, but Matthias might have around the outside. I know he doesn't. Dexter is 13th place. He's hanging around these guys. These three head and roll got time penalties to Dexter. If he just stays within these guys, he's going to get 10th place. Yeah, Chief NRP is. Yeah, I believe that's his chance gone because he didn't seem to have the pace he had before. Yeah, he's dropping back now. I don't anything. Kill Plane is looking to closer than Chief NRP is to Williams man, but Chief NRP's had a really good 3 corners there. But yeah, Chief NRP, yeah, I think that's the moment gone. It's Quinniff now says fast lap. He's in 14th place. So yeah, we'll see a few guys pitting around the back to set fast laps on their soft tyres.
So Sir Quinniff, he is right now taking away the maiden point this season for Fleiss. And Fleiss won't be happy about that. He might go for another fastest lap on worn tyres. It might be a little bit difficult, especially around a track like this. And now we are on the penultimate lap. Thomas still hanging behind Lawrence C, just using that DRS to keep within that 1 second of the McLaren driver. Killplane, he is edging closer and closer to the Red Bull man. And we could see a battle here in the dying laps, but now Mega Gamer and Aero Specialist, they are going side by side. Aero Specialist loses a position, Mega Gamer in 10th, and now Specialist, he's going to go for a move into turn 1, DRS wide open, and the Haas driver just has to concede the position. Nothing he can do there.
No, Estrich had moved into the hairpin but ran deep. That Mega Gamer switched back, but yeah, Mega Gamer, yeah, he just had no. Yeah, the DRS was far too powerful for him. There's Gazzaman, he's on the back of Hooky now, and Gazzaman, if he wants 5th place, I believe he may have to take Hooky here.
As Matthias is only on a 1-stop.
Yes, so at the moment Matthias will be getting disqualified, which will move Dexter into the points. And yeah, as Mike is actually pitted for soft tyres, and Mike has got 2 fast laps already. I wonder if Mike may fancy a set of gloves at the end of the season as leaders about that final lap here. Lawrence, he's been the quicker driver today, I believe, but that penalty is going to cost him dear unless Thomas makes a catastrophic mistake on the final lap.
As now, yeah, Gazzaman, he's looking for a move on Hooky. Some lapped traffic here in Bryn Mike from the highs of Singapore now to the lows of China, as that is Mega Gamer in the wall.
Yeah, he spun it, onto the long back straight. And yeah, he spun it and he's recovering, but his tyres, he's got no tyre temperature. Obviously, he's new to the game, I believe, and yeah, he realises. I think their tyres are shot for him there. So Quinniff may get him at the final few laps, but yeah, making back up speed now, so he should be alright for 12th place unless Matthias has not pitted. So Matthias will be getting disqualified because he only did 1 pit stop.
Yeah, that is true. And now lap 28 out of 28, we will see the last battles happening here. ART Dexter versus Matthias. We will see Gazman versus Hooky, Killplane, Truth NRP and Astronauty. A race long battle, but of course for the lead here, Thomas versus Lawrence C. Will Thomas go for a move? I think he will, just to put on a show. Yes, he is, down the inside of the McLaren driver, shattering his hopes completely right now. As now Thomas, he's gonna come up to the final corner, the left-hander, and he wins the Chinese Grand Prix, 2nd win of his career and 2nd win this season. Lawrence C with another podium this season, and he was so close to grabbing that first win for him, but he was just, his penalties just got him there. Astronauty, he finishes in 3rd, so great debut drive from him. Truth NRP in 4th, Killplane in 5th, Gazman 6th, Hooky comes home in 7th after penalties. Then Jordan, after quite a disappointing race, he finishes in 8th.
Yeah, not the best race for him. After that contact which spent him round, he led the first stint, but that stretch didn't work out for him there. As Dexter gets 10th place, especially gets 11th. Matthias Kusslein in 12th, but he will drop out, so Quinniff will get another points finish in 12th place, and I believe Who's got the fast lap point? I believe. Yes, the Quinniff has got the fast lap point, so yeah, he will get 2 points for that in 12th place, and Flace just misses out on the points in 13th. So yeah. So Flace is getting closer to the points, but he's not going to get as Mike in 16th. I believe he attempted the fast lap, but he didn't get it in the end. He's lap down, so he's already finished. But yeah, so we have 14 finishes tonight, and yeah, what a race that was. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was an amazing race. I loved covering it. And as now we will see the podium finishers. Thomas with his second career win. Then Lawrence must be a little bit salty that he picked up that one penalty. And then Astro on his debut coming in third position. The Belgian lifting up the trophy, pouring champagne, and yeah, it was a great race.
Yeah, really enjoyed the race, and yeah, just for the three Perman drivers really, but they did really well. The front two with their pace, National Artists for sheer defence. I mean, he may lose the podium that instant with the Haas, but yeah, he definitely had he didn't have the race pace today, but he had the fighting spirit as I'll run down the odd few. So our race winner was ERT Thomas in the Mercedes, back wins for the Mercedes man. Lawrence on the podium yet again in second place. Astronaut in third for Williams. Shufan IP fourth place, back in the points of the Red Bull man. Coolplay in fifth, Gazzaman in sixth, Hookie in seventh. Decent showing from him. Jordan in eighth, just Mikey in ninth, better from the Renault man. Dexter in 10th, I think he'll be disappointed with that. Aerospecial in 11th. Flace in Matthias in 12th, but he'll be disqualified, so Quinniff will get 12th place and a fast lap point. Flace in 13th. Mega Gamer, he's classified 14th but retired. Mike will be 15th. And Epic Scorpion DNF'd along with Chunders. And fast lap inside the top 10, I believe. Didn't quite see who that was.
I didn't quite catch it either, but the important question is, who is your driver of the day?
My drive today, I'm going to go I know he didn't win the race, but I'm going to go for Lawrence, because I think his pace was really impressive, and I think he definitely did show that he can be a championship contender. And my question to Lawrence is, you must be gutted that he didn't win the race, but with the pace in these first three races, do you feel you can close the gap to Truth and Thomas in the championship battle?
That is a very good nominee, and it was Jordan who actually got the point in the top 10 for the fastest lap. And my driver of the day, even though he lost positions, I must give it to Astronauty. Debut here tonight in points here. And third place finish, well yes, he did start on pole position. That also adds to his driver of the day. But the overtakes he provided us, he provided the whole stream for us. He was great to watch, some great racecraft from him. And my question for him is... Oh no, I forgot. I had such a banging question to end it off with.
When you do think
I'm a little mad.
Well, I'll need that question later on, so when you do think of it, just message me so I can write it down.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, that'll be on later tonight, and the Twitter polls will be up tomorrow, so vote for your driver of the day. We've got a lot of votes last week in the poll, so we hope to see the same again. And well, next week we fly from China back to Europe, and we've got the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps, obviously a classic circuit, the longest track on the calendar, and a home race for Thomas, and well, he'll be looking to make it through in a row.
And we might see Flights with his first points. There's also a home Grand Prix for him. Well done to all the drivers, and of course the ERT drivers as they partner us here. And it was a great race. I don't really have anything else to add onto it, do you?
Oh yeah, so a quick shout out to ERT drivers, so the ERT Thomas, ERT Jordan, Dexter, and also shout out to our race premium drivers, Lawrence, Gazzaman, Astronauty, King J, Quinniff, Aaron, Just Mikey, Flaze, and Mega Gamer. Shout out to them, and if you do want to race premium, do go on the website and you'll get 1 year's free entry into all One Hub leagues. So if you want to interest in racing next season, that's probably the best value to get your racing. As well, I think you lie down after that race because it's really enjoyable. But yeah, I've been Jamie Metcalf, and alongside me has been Carol. And yeah, do you want to close out the stream for us?
Yeah, I was Carol, as you mentioned just a second ago. It was a really good race. I'm lost for words. It was probably one of the best races I've commented in one hop. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everyone who watched this race. For everyone who commented in the YouTube. We might have not called it out, but I definitely saw what you were saying. So thank you for all the comments. And yeah, we'll see you next week in Spa-Francorchamps. Good night.